Of the future of nonprofits, how to thrive and innovate in the digital age. I'm at DaveIM on Twitter, and you can check more about me out at thefutureofnonprofits.com. And today, for the live stream, we have Tyler. So Tyler, go ahead and introduce yourself to the folks at home.
Hi, my name is Tyler West, and I'm the Senior Manager of Information Technology Services at Best Friends Animal Society.
Cool, and what's you guys' website, and what's your Twitter handle for the folks at home?
Our website is bestfriends.org, and my Twitter handle is Tyler W, although I'm not terribly active on Twitter,
but maybe you could ask him.
I'll check it out at the conference.
Yeah, maybe ask him a few questions. We'll get him up and running on it. So tell me what your job title means. What do you do for Best Friends?
Well, I actually manage 3 kind of different technology teams at Best Friends. There's our core IT team, which helps with what you would expect: hardware, networking, infrastructure. We have a pretty big sanctuary. It's 3,000 acres of land, so we have some very unique challenges with getting all of our buildings connected. So that team really helps run the fiber under the ground and those kinds of things. We also have a data team that I manage, and that the responsibility there is it's all in one place.
Great.
And then the other piece of the technology is kind of our web and online presence. So, I have a very good team of capable web developers, project managers, and we take on a lot of web projects at Best Friends.
Cool. So you have your hands full. So you're doing web structure, you're doing data, and you're doing basic, normal networking, network administrator, tasks as well.
Right.
And how big is your team at Best Friends that kind of helps do all of that stuff?
I feel pretty lucky because we have a pretty good sized IT team. I think it's 23, 24 total, something like that. So yeah, we have I feel lucky that we have enough resources to work on big projects like that.
Cool. Tell me something new, like maybe a new campaign or something you guys are embarking on right now that the folks watching would find interesting from an IT standpoint.
Okay. We actually have 3 pretty major technology projects all kind of going on in parallel right now. Probably our biggest project right now is we're upgrading our internal constituent database from something that was developed custom, in-house, 8 years ago. Yeah. It's grown very organically. Yeah. We've actually partnered with Blackbaud.
Cool.
And we're converting to Blackbaud Enterprise CRM. We're expecting to go live here in a couple months.
Wow.
That's pretty exciting for us. Other technology projects, we're also upgrading our email right now from Exchange 2003 to Google Apps.
Oh wow, big change there. Huh?
Yeah. So that's one that we'll have to carefully manage, expectations and the whole change management piece with the organization, because it will be dramatically different than what they're used to with
I can imagine.
Microsoft and Outlook and all that. Yeah.
And what's the third one?
The third one is the web redesign project.
Oh wow. Everything at once.
Right. So, there's actually another great team at Best Friends, managed by John Dunn, Senior Manager of Online Strategy. We're really kind of in the earliest phases of that project right now, doing some of the design and discovery work, and kind of developing that strategy for what we need our website to be in the next 5 to 10 years. And then hopefully my team will partner with some agencies that can help us kind of implement that. So
very cool.
That's our other big one.
So you're busy, man. You should be right now doing data, coding, and doing CRM, right? Updating all those records.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just on fire over there. Huh?
Exactly. Yeah, we're very busy, but should cool down here quite a bit in a couple months when we go live with Blackbaud. So
great. And tell me a little bit about, is this your first NTC? Have you ever been to one of these before?
This is my second NTC.
Oh, great. Okay.
I was in Atlanta last year.
Great.
Great conference. It's nice to see that the attendance just keeps going up every year. Yeah.
What are you thinking about the conference so far? Any sessions you've been to this morning, or anything that's just jumping out in your mind?
Yeah, I've only been to one so far. I went to Let's Talk About Tech, and there was actually a lot of participation from the audience, and it was nice to see that a lot of people in that room were going through a lot of the same problems that we are. So
yeah, I bet. So tell me, for our last question, when you're not at Best Friends doing that, what nonprofits, who do you volunteer for? Who are you really into?
Well, I actually have 3 kids, so spend a lot of time at home helping out there. But I do like to support Farm Sanctuary. I really like, there's a group in Salt Lake called Heal Utah that has some very strong environmental causes. So,
and what was it called again?
Heal Utah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So there's a lot of great nonprofits out there. It's hard to it's sometimes hard to choose the one you want to work for.
Yeah.
But there's other ways of supporting a lot. I mean, there's a lot of great organizations here. So
great, cool. Well, go ahead and tell us one more time your website and your Twitter handle, and you guys at home can follow up with questions on Twitter with Tyler here. So go ahead.
Yeah, our website is bestfriends.org. My Twitter handle is TylerW, and you can also email me tylerw@bestfriends.org.
Awesome. And I'm David Neff signing off at DaveIM, and we'll be back in a couple minutes with another round of interviews. Thanks, Tyler.
Cool. Thanks, David.
Yeah, you bet, man. Thanks a lot for coming.
All right.
Who's going to open it with me doing that?
Wow, that's great.
Hey, everybody. I'm David J. Neff, and I'm hosting the 2011 NTC online stream. I'm the author of a new book called The Future of Nonprofits, How to Thrive and Innovate in the Digital Age, at DaveIM on Twitter, and thefutureofnonprofits.com. And I'm here with some fellow authors. So why don't you guys look at the camera and introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hi, Dave. Good to see you. I'm Lindy Dreyer, author of Open Community, and my co-author here,
Maddie Grant.
And we are partners in a company called Social Fish. We do social media strategy and training with associations. And the book is actually a little book of big ideas for associations and nonprofits who are trying to build community online.
So tell me a little bit about why you guys chose to write the book. So why don't you start with that?
Yeah, so essentially, it's so easy to get bogged down in the tools. We should be on Facebook, we should be on Twitter, we should be setting up a private community. So we thought we'd write the book about the essence of what this stuff is all about, what the social and social media is about. and what the community building is about, which really is why social media matters, and how you can grow the community around your organization.
So we drop a lot of what Maddie calls little idea grenades, and we thought that was really important to get the thinking going, but then we also bring it down to the level of giving some practical advice and examples of ways to engage people online, which was important too.
Yeah, definitely. Tell me a little bit of what is the difference between nonprofits and associations. Like, what's the technical, like, for the folks at home?
Well, associations are nonprofits, but a lot of times they operate sometimes a little bit differently. It's hard to say because there's a lot of overlap and a lot of crossover, but associations tend to be groups of people who are professionals, so professional associations, or trade associations, so companies will join an association, and a lot of times they focus on building membership, advocacy. Often they have a conference, and so they focus on education, and it's often more of a, I would say, it's like a B2B environment, whereas many nonprofits who are looking for donors, it's kind of more of a B2C environment sometimes, if you use that terminology.
Yeah, I'd say associations have a member base, whereas nonprofits, very generally speaking, have donors, or they're trying to reach the public, so it's slightly different focus.
So tell me a little bit about, you guys did kind of a virtual book tour, which I thought was a great way to promote a book, and I had never seen that really before. So tell me what that is. What is a virtual book tour?
Yeah, so what we did was we invited a whole bunch of our favorite blogs. So there were some social media blogs, there were some nonprofit blogs, there were some association blogs. And we said, we can give you a guest post about our book that's coming out, or you can interview us, or you could write your own, but we'll list you on our website as part of this tour. And we basically had a blog post every day for almost 2 months.
It was kind of funny because I said, Maddie, can you go and find us like 10 or 15 blogs that we can have a post on? And she comes back, she's like, Lindy, I went to Blog World, I have 40.
I
and
love
I was
it.
like,
I love it.
Well, everybody said yes. So,
Yeah, that's absolutely
it was
great.
cool though. It was really, really fun to do.
And now, did you guys go seek a publisher? Did you self-publish? Like, what's the model for open community?
this book is self-published. We got help from a company called Omnipress who helped us with the printing. It is available now on Amazon as well, so you can get Open Community on Amazon.
One click to purchase.
One click to purchase.
Right.
So that was a really interesting experience going the self-publishing route. But what was great is now Maddie's working on her second book. So
very cool. And so what's that, Maddie?
So
you ready to spill the beans?
Well, not really. I think
okay,
it's kind
top
of secret.
All right.
But it is about the social organization. So how businesses and organizations can be more social.
Very mysterious.
Very
I like
mysterious.
it. I like it.
So wait a few more months for that big announcement.
Nice. Tell me a little bit about what's the vibe here today. I mean, obviously you guys at home can see there's all kinds of craziness behind us. But what are you feeling? Like, what's big trends or what's bubbling to the surface?
There is so much energy here, and I think that every time we come to NTC, there's just the sharing that happens and the connection that happens between the people. And now having the online NTC, it's really cool to be sitting in a session and to have that interaction that goes so beyond these walls, that reaches out into this virtual space. So we're really happy to have all of you guys participating with us. It definitely adds something to this experience.
And how are we interacting with them? You guys are some of the masterminds, obviously, behind the online NTC with Anna and the NTEN folks. So how do they reach us? How do they talk to us besides on Twitter?
Well, the myntc.zarista.com, the hub there, is really useful because when you're in your room with your session, you can use the chatter and we can get to you that way and see what's going on. Also, are we doing Flickr photos and hubs and stuff?
Yeah, so there's a lot of storytelling going on, which is a bunch of people, volunteers, taking pictures, taking video, and then blogging about that stuff, and it's all being aggregated on the NTEN.org site.
Yeah, so look all over online for 11 NTC, and you'll find it in Flickr, you'll find it in YouTube, you'll find it in SlideShare, you'll find it all over the place. And feel free to add whatever you have. If you want to take a picture of yourself at home hanging out,
we'd love that.
We'd
love that.
That would be super awesome.
That would be amazing.
If you tweet it to us, we'll get it fast. But any way you want to share it with us, that would be awesome.
Tell me a little bit about what did you guys go to this morning that just popped that maybe they can see at home, like a session that you guys went to that you're just in love with.
It's funny you should ask that because we're actually stuck in our little new media hub collecting all the stories.
Very cool.
So, but Dan Heath was just amazing speaker.
Well, a little behind the scenes, if you were in the Dan Heath session, at the very beginning there was that hilarious little video all about the natural habitat of the Washington Hilton internet.
Yes.
Holly Ross put that together in like 20 minutes last night
way.
like 10 o'clock. So it was awesome.
She has a future in
and
video editing.
She's talented.
She's multidisciplinary.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
That's great. So tell me what else. What should we be looking forward to, the people at home later on today? What else is going on with the online NTC?
Well, there's more sessions this afternoon, so there's a lot more content. I really look forward to the one that's coming up right now, which is all about using census data and how that can be something that's
out
really,
a little bit over lunch. I like it.
I'm all about data.
The one I can't wait for is about social CRM, which is actually a big thing for us. So how you track that customer or donor or member cycle through all the engagement points that they have with your organization.
And actually, we have a white paper on social CRM that's coming out next Friday, I think. So if you're interested in that and interested in geeking out with us on social CRM, come to the session. Also, is that session online at TC?
Yes.
Awesome. Or it's socialfish.org is our website, and it's socialfish.org/whitepaper to get to where the white paper are. We're not very creative.
Or it's the simplest thing that could possibly work.
Right.
And Twitter at Maddie Grant at Lindy Dreyer, also not creative. So not like you.
Oh, no.
You're
Not very much. Not very much. Crowdsourced. It's all, I just take other people's ideas. All right, well, you guys follow them on Twitter. Check them out at Social Fish. Hold up the book one more time. We'll get a good shot of it. You guys go buy this book. I've read it. It's great. It's dog-eared. I'm like highlighting things in it. I don't do a ton of association work, but I think it's universal to nonprofits and just generally people wanting to learn great ideas. This is the book. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We're going to go back in a second, and we're coming up on our next session. So I'm at DaveIM, thefutureofnonprofits.com, and everybody wave, and we'll get out of here. All right, bye, ladies. Thank you very much.